Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Click Fishing character. Today, between episodes, I did brew up the 100 tea that I bought at the end of last episode. We were actually successful on all 100 batches, so we now have 600 tea. And then today's plan, let's go for some sleepers over here. So we've got size 6 hooks on, uh, 8 clip on the bottom rods, and I'm trying to find the depth. Looks like 80 centimeters works well for my float, except for I need to switch the float out. The problem here is I've got a 2-gram float, and I'm loading that up with more than 2 grams of bait and hook. So let's see if the bigger float will work. I honestly don't know if it will. So that's still touching bottom there. That's still touching bottom, so he's still a little off. Let's go 70 because it was just barely touching. There we go. So other than me brewing a whole bunch of tea, you did not miss anything. You don't want to watch me brew tea. It ain't fun. Took about 4 in-game hours to brew all 100 tea. I can actually tell you. No, I closed it. I had a video playing. Was going to go see how long it took me, but closed the video. So put the tea back in 4. Yep, it gave up. It is not very deep here at all. Let's try half a meter. That was not far enough out of the cast. Nope. Actually, I think even that's still sitting on the ground. $40 centimeters? Yeah, that's sitting right. So I did see this spot on BK. It was actually a blue trophy here, so I think it could be a fun time. We're fishing a little bit further to the left, closer to the lilies. This is also a decent perch spot as well too, so we could get it. Oh, come on, fish. That's frustrating. That fish was on and then just popped off. The way it was running, that was a perch. Like I was saying, this is also a decent perch spot, and they go for the same bait, so. Another perch. Perch really isn't what I want. Not quite as good from a silver perspective. But a fish is a fish is a fish. This is actually the one that's posted on VK right here. I hate that. In a menu, you should be able to hear if your bells are ringing. That was a decent perch there. Yeah, too late. Or too early, one of the two. I just saw the float drop. Again, I'm kind of just having fun at this point. Not necessarily going for silver, although silver is the goal. We do need a little bit more silver before I'll feel comfortable, so that we can buy bigger rod before I feel comfortable over at Bear. I've thought about going there and seeing if we break lines, but I'm just not in the mood to deal with that the past couple of days. So grind up some silver. We do have 331. We can get another 1,000 or so. That'd be nice. I don't think we're gonna get 1,000 today by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying that, but we can get a fair amount of silver. That'll be good. This is a nice sleeper, 288 grams. Another perch, 521. Do I have any points? I can't remember. I do have 1 point. Need to look at air rig, otherwise probably using a spinning reel is our best choice. Can't remember if using a carp hair rig's what I think it is. It's something we may grab. I just can't remember off the top of my head if it does let you set up with boilies and artificial corn and things like that. Good sleeper. I did get a fair amount of cooking skill today too. It was 24 something when I started. We're up to 28.5. I know I saw 24.4 at one time while I was making the tea. Probably a perch. Another decent perch, 425 gram. Perch tend to run when they grab it, so when I saw it just shoot off to the right there, that's what gave me an idea that it was a perch over a sleeper. Sleepers just kind of stay there, pull on it. Wouldn't mind getting a perch either. We need perch, sleeper, frog, rough, eyed. Eye's a hard one here if we want to close out all the trophies. Frog can be too. That's part of why I did yesterday. This is a good sleeper. This is real good sleeper. Yeah, not quite as good as I thought. Looked a lot bigger. That's what he said. Nine fish, 11 minutes. A little bit slow, but not horrible. I think they've all been markers too. They have. It's a real cold day here in real life for me. Below freezing all day. Might have barely broken freezing, but took the dog for a walk and it was pretty chilly. Another good perch. Still keeping an eye on the float. 648 gram perch. Not a bad fish. Decent sleeper here. 382 gram. Neighbor's yappy dog's out. I think I actually just heard the folks across the street pull in as well too. Might be why yappy dog's out. I'm just happy my noise gate blocks most of yappy dog. I forgot to mute something on my uh, desktop, and I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I heard it. I don't really want to connect to it because then I have to disconnect. Otherwise, I have sounds coming through to here. So hopefully, I don't get too many emails during the episode. Oh, come on. That fish was on. Angry, angry. Probably a perch. It is. Another marker perch. Quality of fish wise, I can't complain. Not necessarily super fast. Pretty decent fish. 18 grams off of a trophy there. That's annoying. It's a perch trophy at. Perch is 1.6 kilos. And a sleeper trophy is at 400 grams. Blue trophy is 700 gram. Probably a perch. It is a perch. 500 gram perch. Another marker perch. Another marker perch. And if you don't know what I mean when I say marker, it's that green check mark. Some people will call it tagged. I call it markers. And then when you get bigger, that becomes a kind of gold trophy icon. And when you get even bigger than that, it becomes a blue check mark. We're hoping for a gold or blue check mark. Chinese sleeper. That's what I came here to fish. So far, I've gotten a couple good sleepers. A bite that just slipped off. And some decent perch as well. Which is kind of a secondary option here. I doubt we'll see a trophy perch here, but you never can tell. And that's one thing I love about Russian Fishing 4 compared to some of the other fishing games I played, is it's not, I call them spreadsheet fishers, where if you use the right bait at the right time, on the right day, in the right place, you're basically guaranteed to catch a trophy in a lot of places. Here, you know, 4 or 5 people are saying they've caught 3, 4, 5 trophies here in an hour. So far, we haven't caught one. We're using pretty much the same setup they were. They had Zenith hooks, so a little bit different but hook, but same size hook. So I don't think the hook is going to matter that much. Another really good perch here. Probably the best one so far, 781 gram. This might be a sleeper, might be a perch, but it's a perch. This might be another perch. It's acting a bit like a tench. A 946 gram perch. That's why this is doing nothing. Oh, broke it. Way to go. So I lost the hook. At least I kept the float on it. Way to go, game. Way to go. Big perch here. Actually, I had to turn my friction brake up for the first time. 1.156. Another big perch. 535 gram. 20 fish in 25 minutes. And one lost hook because of game bullshit. You want to see the setup I have? Actually, I put a size 8 hook on this one. That's why I had another size 6. I was confused when I lost a hook. I didn't think I should have another size 6. It's because I put an 8 on that one accidentally. There's the setup on that one. And finally on the float rod. Torn off 17 meters of line. So even though the float's sitting on the ground, you can see it getting bit there. Big perch. 700 gram. Not seeing a lot of sleepers in chat. Sometimes they come out at night. The post I saw did have a screenshot at night. $44.7 on bait harvesting. Still all markers. Not bad for 22 fish. Marker perch. Marker perch. Marker perch. 39.4 on bottom fishing. Seeing a bite on the float rod right now. Perch. Got it. Another big fish. Big perch. 1.12. Generally 87 experience points. 39.6 for bottom fishing. 789. It's another sleeper from my vest. I know this is a lot more bottom fishing than float fishing, but there's times you got to do what you got to do, honestly. Just looking to see if it was snagged there. About 33 minutes in, 29 fish. Not too bad. Especially since we got a rod stuck for, I don't know how long it was stuck like that, too. Another big perch. 791. I did look at the cafe before I got started for a sleeper order. There wasn't one. There might have been a perch order. I honestly cannot remember. I know there was a bleak order and a rough order that I thought about going for too, but not worth it. You've seen me fish bleak. You've seen me fish rough. We fished rough yesterday. And the title for today's episode just popped in my brain. I'll take it. $44.8 for bait harvesting. I don't know which rod that was. I think it's 3. The far right one. It was. That's a bream, I think. Yep. One of those I didn't expect to catch a bream, so it took me a second to figure out what that was. Fish. I was reaching down trying to get a drink out of the case on the floor and hit the mouse a little bit. Muted it so you didn't have to listen to me digging around for that. That's a late bleak. That Sir Edward just got. Oh, I don't care about that reminder. Should actually delete that one. Or a club meeting for a club I don't go to. Added it to my calendar a while back, and every Wednesday night I forget about it. Well, I was hoping things would pick up during nighttime, but it seems like it's gone the opposite direction. I really wish the phones would do that synced and not 5 minutes apart. Obviously not 5 minutes, but you know what I mean. Which one of you was that? Don't get stuck again. Okay. Just a little bit gun shy after losing the hook earlier. Don't want to get stuck on the stem of the lilies there. Good news is, and I say this every time, and why I like to be in local chat, not necessarily a group chat, is I have seen that no one's catching fish. If a lot of people were catching fish, that would tell me something's wrong with my setup, but it went from a pretty active spot to a dead spot at night. Granted, a lot of the activity was me, but oh, thank you, Moon, for going below the trees just enough to stop the reflection. It was getting bright for me. I'm definitely a dark mode person. I'm sitting at home with no lights on other than the TV and the monitor on my laptop here. Get bit. Get bit. Oh, I know why that phone's low on battery now. didn't get it fully charged overnight, and then my boss gave me a phone call and accidentally called my cell phone instead of my computer phone for a few minutes. Get that plugged in and charging. Gonna need to charge my headset pretty soon, and probably my mouse. I haven't charged my mouse all day. Come on, fish. Wow. Did it ever die? The fish dance worked. The fish dance really worked. 497 gram sleeper. Look at that pretty little thing. 1,500 experience points, 39.8% on bottom fishing. That's a cute little fish. So today was worth it. Any day you get a trophy is a good day. And 32 markers, or 31 markers in a trophy. Doubt that's going to be a US Weekly, but I'm going to look. Nope. Yeah, it's closer than I thought it would be. $1.7 kilo common carp. As we move to bear and amber, we'll start catching a lot more of those. And that's a small one. Been fishing amber a little bit on my main account. Haven't for the past couple days, but earlier this week I was doing some training and catching 3, 4, 5 kilo common carp like they were nothing, but with a lot bigger reels than what we currently have. The fishy fish dance. Didn't work this time. Last 2 times I started that, we caught the trophy sleeper and then the common carp. No matter what, I'm happy with today. We got our trophy. 33 fish, not the best. Still have 12 minutes or so. Probably 10 minutes before I start heading back. $531 perch. Wind is starting to pick up, so I need to make sure I watch my float and make sure it doesn't get stuck in the lilies again. If it does, I'm just leaving it. It's possible that was a large fish, but usually if it's a fish, the float will at least have been pulled down, pushed up. It was water level, so that's what makes me think it was a ghost snag. There's some great names today. Probably a perch. It is. Still a marker, 684 g. 35 for 35 for markers. Or trophy. No, we got the one brain. Forgot about that one. That honestly made me sad. I want to fish. The fishy fish dance. Might just be the wind picking the waves up. Yeah. Saw it moving and thought there was a fish on, but it's a 7.2 mile per second wind. Not mile per second, 7.2 meter per second wind. 7.2 mile per second wind would be a 420 mile per hour wind, I think. Ah, perch slipped off. Nope, let go. Saw the slack and thought it might have actually attached, but I think it got the slack and then got the wind and got spooked. The wind blowing like it is may actually scare fish off too, because it's going to be churning up the waves. That's a good perch. I'm zoomed in a little bit, so it's bigger than it should be, but 831 grams, 833 grams. I can read sometimes. Probably go till about 8 o'clock in game, and then we'll head back to the town. We are a good ways away from town. We're set up right here. Town's over there. Can't quite see town with the trees and all that. Another good perch. 361. Unlocked fishing with a picker rod. As we got to 40% bottom fishing. I was too late. It was probably a perch. All right. I think I'm going to call it there. Oops. All right, so 37 fish, 1 trophy, 1 non-marker, so 35 markers and a trophy. Excuse me. Not a bad day. Starting to get the hiccups. That's part of why I want to call it. My nose is a little stopped up with the change in weather and the winds we've been having. And drinking some soda has got my nose starting to cause some hiccups, so talking's not going to be fun for a few minutes. So I'm going to say probably 70 silver here, or 114. 14.32 silver for the sleeper. See if there was a perch order. There was, but this is going to be interesting. So it's 5 perch for 14.48. And if we sell our 5 smallest perch here, it's still worth it. Okay. Always check that. There are some times where when you're getting the bigger fish, it's worth selling them at the fish market. So we're at basically 331 silver. Got 14 there. Don't think we got anything else. No, there's 2 bleak orders, which would be, if I was just starting today, I might go for that. But 115, so 119 silver overall, up to 451 silver. So not a bad day. We got our trophy sleeper as well too, so that's always a good day out of it. But I appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you all have good tight lines, and we'll see you then. Bye bye now.